Y'all already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
So Donald Trump's U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service just approved a new land exchange, which will hand over 715 acres of a wildlife refuge, the Lower Rio Grande Valley National Wildlife Refuge, to SpaceX. Elon Musk is now going to take control of 715 acres where endangered species live. He didn't even have to buy it. He's a trillionaire, and he didn't even have to pay for the land. Trump's people are just giving it to him, and the Republicans are allowing it. You'd think at the very least Congress would have to vote on this kind of land grab, or the American people would have a say, because we can clearly no longer trust our agencies to do the right thing, because they don't work for us. They work for literally one person. They are just selling off our public land, the land that belongs to the public, our land. In this case, they're not even selling it. They're just giving it away for free. Lest we forget, almost 100 Texan residents are already suing SpaceX because the rockets are literally destroying their homes and ruining their communities and killing the wildlife. So we're just going to hand that group another whole section of the country to destroy. It's a horror show. Elon Musk has already decimated a large amount of San Padre Island's coastline, and now he's going to get a national wildlife reserve. This is a man who could literally save the planet with his money. Instead, he's going to destroy it, because he is hell-bent on making it to a different one. Quite frankly, I wish he would go right now. This shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't be allowed. And we should be able to weigh in on it, because it's public land and we are the public.
Well, here's my question. Where do we go from here? We know the entire system's fake. All the world leaders are puppets. We've been lied to from all angles pretty much our whole lives. Whoever's really in charge is evil, like really evil, like sacrificing kids evil. Aliens, UFOs, and reptilians are real. That are supposed to help you are actually made to. Organic food at the grocery store is toxic. Our air is sprayed with the chemtrail poisons that pollute the rain. Voting doesn't matter. Hell, cash is printed out of thin air. Sugary soda refills at the restaurant are free, but healthcare isn't. Which leaves us with the only conspiracy left. That's the glittery mystic people on the other side of Antarctica living in the Earth. That makes the Earth flat, and the moon is a mirror, and space is fake. But no time for figuring all that out, because Big BB needs your tax dollars, and your bills are due, and you're late to work. Your people are armed, but they're all spread out. They're pissed off, too busy and broke to leave their little bubble. And be sure not to do anything or say anything crazy, because they are watching and listening. Just because they get away with everything don't mean you can. If you call any of that out or crash out, you're crazy and painted to be the bad guy. They'll send a damn pigeon drone after you or blackmail you. And to top it all off, all of the good people are fighting against each other and hating each other. We are all in this retarded circus together. Like, what the flying is going on?
Why is Mark Zuckerberg still alive, huh? This motherfucker drained the entire Rio Grande just so he can cool off his data centers. Huh? Yeah, the data centers, they eat water by the ton to keep them computers cool. So now the Rio Grande is dry up. What the cattle gon' drink, huh? It's an ecological disaster. It takes massive amounts of water to cool them off. I don't know why they didn't do like China did. China built their data centers underwater. It's ice cold at depths. So there you have it. Stupid mother. You got Antarctica, ain't nobody allowed to go down there. It's supposedly all ice. How come you didn't build down there? Yeah? And now what is these data centers for? Let me explain it. Every new car is gonna be looking at you, eyeballs, checking shit, and if the car feel like you're incapacitated and can't drive, that car will pull you over and call the police on you. This is what the data center is. It's to document every moment of That's what all these data centers are being built for, huh? Surveillance. Somebody need to put one in.
Allegedly.
And Bill Gates.
Allegedly.
What the f*** waiting on? We at war, y'all. The United States government is at war with the people of the United States. Wait! We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Some states, people are being told to take shorter showers and to let their lawns die. And in those same states, some restaurants are no longer giving their customers water with their meals. Miles from these towns, where people are being asked to conserve every drop of water, AI data centers are guzzling 5 million gallons of water per day per data center. Let me say that again. 5 million gallons per day. That's enough water to supply a town of 50,000 people. Corpus Christi residents in Texas have been warned that they might be the first major city in America to run dry by 2027. There's even talk about schools closing because they won't have enough water for the children. At the same time, industrial facilities like ExxonMobil and other corporations are consuming more than half of the city's water supply. One plastics plant alone consumes 13.5 million gallons of water every day. That is more water in 2 days than an entire family uses in a year. In Utah, Kevin O'Leary, also known as Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank, just received an approval for a $100 billion AI data center in the desert. That facility alone will consume more than double the energy the entire state uses in a year. It's likely going to further drain the already shrinking Great Salt Lake, creating toxic dust that harms surrounding communities. There are no federal regulations limiting how much water one data center can use. There are no requirements that they have to use recycled water instead of drinking water. There is no national framework for determining whether a data center should be built in an already water-stressed area at all. But here's the kicker. The AI industry is not making money. It's losing billions. These massive data centers being built across the country in rapid speed are not profitable. They are gambles by billionaires trying to dominate an industry that has not even proven it can make money. And they're using an irreplaceable resource to do it. They are gambling with your drinking water. Water is finite. You cannot manufacture it. You cannot drill for more of it. Once it's gone forever. I broke everything down in my latest Substack article, including the solutions that exist, why the Trump regime has done nothing, and what you can actually do about it. The link is in my bio. Like, comment, share, and follow me for more.
Here we go. San Carlos Lake in Arizona just lost its entire fish population. Bass, catfish, bluegill, all the lineages that have been there forever. All of them. Drought dropped the water to 2% capacity. Algae consumed the oxygen, and millions of fish suffocated in stagnant desert pools. The dam releases that drained it were legally required under a 100-year water order. The lake is closed indefinitely and no restocking timeline exists. Also, what this doesn't mention is how data centers, there's like 90 data centers already in Arizona. It's one of the top states for data centers. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I'm not going to count that out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I think there's like 80 more supposed to come to Arizona. So is this a good sign? Seems like the government's taking all of our water. Let me know what you think in the comments.
So the CEO of BlackRock came out and said that American citizens will be forced to fund the data centers across America. Say he don't give a come from your savings or your retirement funds. Your ass gonna pay. Americans that question AI data centers is now getting treated like terrorists under a new law category called anti-tech extremism. Nigga, what the due to all these motherfuckers data centers, the Rio Grande River is completely dry. Big Tech declared more chemtrails to alter weather patterns in order to save the AI data centers. Bill Gates came out and said, hey, we no longer need humans in the AI era. We decide who lives and who dies. Oh, who the hell done and went to sleep at a Memorial Day event? Y'all remember he kept on talking about Sleepy Joe? Dining, stinking dining. That boy about to be 80 years old, one of the oldest presidents in the United States history. Get it out of her. With all this going on with these data centers and running out of water, and I'm realizing that all this AI technology is successful on finna ruin the lives of so many humans. AI will end the human lifespan as we know it today. I'm talking about that's why they making where you can transfer your consciousness into AI robots. If y'all no longer need humans, why the I build 8 billion robots? Y'all need all of these data centers. Nobody voted, won none of these data centers. All of the millionaires and billionaires linking up and investing in this and don't give how it affect your life. If y'all think that crazy. They been talking about in a mere couple of years, motherfuckers have to start praying for Earth. If you know like I know, these people don't give a about you, G. Never did, never will. That's the reason why it's always us against them. So as you look around, you think it's gonna be better days? It ain't. It's just gonna get worse and worse. Because unfortunately, the grid that they locking us in is ran by demonic motherfuckers and ain't nobody doing.
Elon Musk, you know, who I don't like and disagree with on everything. It's not a dumb guy. And he says that work will become optional. That AI and robots will do everything that you need.
My prediction is that work will be optional.
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 Well, if AI and robots do everything and work is optional, how do you survive? Oh, you're going to get a check. Really? But there is no government because you're not paying any taxes, right? What happens to Social Security? What happens to Medicare and Medicaid?
Money will stop being relevant at some point in the future.
And who's going to determine the check that you get? Really? How much are you going to get? How much am I going to get?
I mean, it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that.
It will destroy humanity's jobs of, like, you know, you went to an elite school and you studied philosophy. Use myself as an example.
I did too.
Yeah, hopefully you have some other skill.
See a future where intelligence is a utility like electricity or water, and people buy it from us.
You're at work right now. I am at work. Today, you know, God knows, over 100 million Americans are at work. It's an important part of their lives. Deep down, we all want to contribute, whether we're a janitor or a brain surgeon, to our community, right? You know, you take it for granted, but you meet people at work. It's part of your life. Oh, guess what? In X number of years, you don't have to work.
These disruptions are going to disrupt every aspect of our society.
What are you going to do? You're going to sit around watching Elon Musk videos? Is that the meaning of life? Have we even begun to have that serious discussion?
I'm going to try to make this quick. Palantir, Flock, surveillance, etc. This is madness. Do you know that in China there's 389 data centers for 1 billion people? In the United States of America, we have 4,784. Either under construction, already in operation, or in the planning stages. Here's a news flash for everybody. The Mississippi River is running dry. I shit you not. Look it up. Online right now, CNN just started reporting on this. Barge traffic on the Mississippi River is down 70%. It's only May. The forecast for summer is a complete stoppage. 60% of all grains grown in the United States of America travel the Mississippi River to get to where they're going next, either export or to mills. 60% of our grains are going to stop. The Colorado River system is also running dry. Running dry. They're saying they're going to turn off the turbines in Glen Canyon Dam. The beginning of September, there won't be enough water to turn them. That affects electricity for 3.8 million people. 3.8 million. Additionally, Lake Mead is so low, they're not able to release any more water into Lake Powell. Therefore, the entire drinking water source, the Colorado River, for 41 million people is drying up. Back to data centers. 4,784 of them need water. Massive amounts of water. And we are running out of water to drink. And there is no rules, regulations, or anything stopping these builds. None of this makes sense. China has 3 times the population of this country. We have 15 times the data centers. We're not chatting that much. Wake up, do some research, and get prepared. It's gonna get really bad. We're talking about drinking water.
Exactly what I don't think you're a bad guy. You're trying to survive for you and your family and do good.
Okay, but
my family, your family, none of us are going to make it. There's a post-human era coming. The breakaway civilization. The deal's been made. It's not.
Okay.
It's not in the third dimension. They've made frickin' deals with interdimensional aliens.
Okay.
The scariest thing about these data centers isn't the fact that they are ruining our electric bills or screwing up our water pressure. It's the fact that they are being put in place by the evil, power-hungry 1% that want to use AI to learn every single thing about us so that they can implement Agenda 2030 and have complete control. And I know that sounds crazy, but let me show you the facts. So Agenda 2030 is a set of extremely unrealistic goals that the UN has put in place to regulate carbon emissions and create a future that fights climate change. All countries and all stakeholders acting in collaborative partnership will implement this plan. Some of these goals include ending poverty completely, ending hunger completely, and then providing universal healthcare, education, work, access to water, and electricity for everybody. That sounds amazing, right? A world with no hunger and no poverty and equal access to everything for everybody. But how the heck would they ever pull something like that off? I'll tell you how. Through complete monitoring and surveillance of our actions. In the future, the government will literally have control over every single thing that we do. Starting in 2027, all cars will be required to be built with government surveillance. Meaning that there will be an AI that's controlling your car and will be able to regulate and monitor your eye movements, your head movements, your body movements, your language, your speech, and everything about you to decide if you are drunk or not. And if they think you're impaired, they're going to shut your car off. The government will have complete control over your individual transportation. And this is only the beginning. Bill Gates has a patent 60606, believe it or not, that rewards users cryptocurrency based on their body activity data, meaning that you will be rewarded crypto based on your actions. This technology will regulate your body fluid flow, your brain waves, your pulse, and your body heat radiation. We all know how adamant Bill Gates is about reducing our carbon emissions, even though he has one of the highest carbon footprints out of anybody on the entire planet. Based on the fact that Agenda 2030 is all about regulating carbon emissions, I think that the future will involve a central bank digital currency that rewards users, aka the general public, based on how well we follow the policies put in place by Agenda 2030 to reduce our carbon emissions. Agenda 2030 says we will work with local authorities and communities to renew and plan our cities. That sounds a lot like smart cities. So the people that run the world and contribute the most, by far, carbon emissions are building data centers that ruin the environment to collect our data and set the foundation for an AI-regulated future in which we live in smart cities, aka cities integrated with facial recognition, surveillance, and Bill Gates' patented technology to control our carbon emissions and reward us based on how well we follow the smart city policies. This was never about the safety of us or the safety of the planet. This is about total control over human consciousness, and it is completely biblical.
So for all you guys pushing this idea that we definitely need these AI surveillance centers into humanity, here's the CEO of Citadel saying that he came home fairly depressed about what's on the horizon.
In the last few months, there has been a step change function in the productivity of the AI toolkit. It is profoundly more powerful than it was just 9 months ago. And for us at Citadel, that has allowed us to unleash a much broader array of use cases for AI. And it has been really interesting to watch, to be blunt, work that we would usually do with people with masters and PhDs in finance over the course of weeks or months being done by AI agents over the course of hours or days. So these are not mid-tier white-collar jobs. These are like extraordinarily high-skilled jobs being, I'm going to pick a word, being automated by agentic AI. And I got to tell you, I went home one Friday actually fairly depressed by this.
Consider this our economy. You have 50% of white collars are going to vanish over the next 5 years, which means that those people are going to have to liquidate their stocks to pay for their homes, which will eventually run out and mortgages will go unpaid, forcing them to sell their homes What are the jobs being lost? They're white-collar, high-end jobs that in the eyes of the bank, they were like, hey, this is a guaranteed guy to pay his mortgage. We call them AAA. And guess what? They're gone. Those AAAs are supposed to be secure investments for pensions and fixed income and low-risk, solid returns. And every time you take out one of these blocks, it becomes a liability and adding to the top of the tower. So what does government do? What did they do last time? They printed money. Quantitative easing. Just like after 2008, the government bailed out the banks. They pushed trillions of dollars into the economy to hedge off a total and complete collapse, like something like the Great Depression or something like that. But when government prints money, it causes inflation. $14 trillion of mortgages out there. If the high credit score people that the banks base their security on to make good on those mortgages, if the AAAs stop making payments because they were replaced by AI, the housing market now is 3 times the size it was in 2008, with double the debt.
I don't know what the future holds for us, humanity. But if we keep going down this dark path, our hunger, our thirst, our lust for technology, life is about making choices. And somewhere in history, I believe they had to make a choice, because this ain't the first time we've been faced with this evil called technology or artificial intelligence. You notice how they tell you in books and movies that there was a time where they used to accuse people of doing certain things, and they used to call it witchcraft. And in those days of what they called witchcraft, like us actually talking to each other through this rock, once upon a time that was impossible to do. But then once upon a time, if they even thought that you could do this, the penalty would be death, because this was forbidden. Now that brings us to the times what we're living in right now. There is a spell of ignorance upon us all as a people. There is a curse on both sides when you flip the coin, because some of us don't put the glasses on. These glasses, like the movie They Live, we put these glasses on and we can see. Oh, we can see. And the curse of seeing is that you cannot unsee once you see. And then the thing that irritates you is that you call yourself like me. Get on social media and you start making these videos. You waving a red flag, trying to wake people up who rather hear celebrity gossip or ignorance. And then you look at your stash and you start looking at your money and you see it on the decline, because technology, the algorithm, it sees what you're doing. And see, the thing is, they see too. The algorithm, it sees. And it has people that it sends out there to do what I'm doing, but they want to control who's on the front line, blowing the whistle. Yeah, they want to control that. So they'll push certain people, like, for example, Candace Owens. Yeah, because this is their platform. All of the black content creators on YouTube right now is taking a hit. But she's still going live on the platform where she's dissing the Jewish community, going at them hard. But yet they're letting her get 80,000 people watching her at a time on that platform when they control the numbers. And everybody else's numbers are being suppressed. See, everything ain't always what it seems. Yeah, in the words of J. Edgar Hoover, you won't have a Messiah unless they create him. And like I told you back in the days of when I was going hard on YouTube, the like, share, and subscribes. Yeah, they need those likes, shares, and subscribes. So they know what category to put you in. They watching, analyzing, and recording everything in your book of deeds on Facebook, your book of deeds on TikTok, your book of deeds on Instagram. The same way on the day of judgment, when God judge you, you will be handed your book of deeds. The devil has his book of deeds too. It's called social media. Are you not entertained? But these glasses, what we hear, what we see, is like we doing 120 full throttle off of a cliff. No brakes, all gas. Life is becoming like a nightmare. With those of us that could see, we going to sleep and waking up and realizing that it wasn't a dream. So many people are homeless right now, but they pride won't let them talk about it. So many people on the brink of being homeless. So many people getting ready to lose their job. Hey, I was running around the city going crazy over the Knicks. But don't worry. Mr. Trillionaire Elon Musk, he got all the answers. If you just take this chip that will connect you to the Antichrist, the mark of the beast, artificial intelligence, the jinn. You can live on a salary in smart cities, connected to the machine. The beast. Or you could go through the same path that Jesus had to walk through. You could walk that path that Moses had to walk through. You could walk that path that Joseph had to walk through. You could walk that path that Muhammad had to walk through. May peace and blessings of Allah be upon all of them. The choice is yours. You could get with this or you could get with that. Y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Live life as if you want to run in these last days and stay dangerous at the same time. I'm out.